We're back in Tucson, Arizona for the championship match of the Tucson Open. And my partner, Marshall Holman, is with Pete Weber.
Thank you, Mike. I'm here with Pete Weber. Pete, it's been since 1993 since you won on the PBA Tour. I watched you in practice. You look ready. You feel good?
I feel the best I've felt ever in a title match right now. I'm very confident. I'm secure. I'm going to go out and throw 12 shots.
All right, 12. He says 12 strikes. Maybe that was a Freudian slip. Maybe he knows something we don't know. You're making Brian Himmler start the match. What's the strategy?
Marshall, I have always felt, I've always been this way, that if I have a chance to lock him out early, I want to lock him out. I mean, I want to get up and be able to throw the strike and not even give him a chance.
All right. Thank you very much, Pete, and good luck to you.
Thank you, Marshall. And we take a look at some of the tournament stats right here. 108 players. Overall average at 207. Had averaged 212 to cash and 215 to make the match play this week. Scores not on the high side. A little slap of the hands right here. Brian Himmler, biggest game of his career coming up right now, and he's evened that up a little bit between lane 15 and lane 16. Seems like he likes them both now, Marshall, as you sprinted up here.
Yeah, he seems to be comfortable in both lanes now. And what a great way for him to start. It's amazing the confidence to go from one end of the spectrum to the other. We've seen it today with Brian Himmler, but he is bowling against Pete Weber, who is one of the all-time most gifted players ever. I think he might have got that from somebody named Dick Weber.
I think he might have got that from somebody named Dick Weber. Oh, what a break to start the match. The pocket 7-10 right away.
Oh, my.
He pulls out his spare ball.
And he'll throw this hard and straight, and we have had a 7-10 made here. It was a few years ago.
By Jess Staybrook. It was on the other lane. It was on 15.
Hard and straight.
Boy, he bounced it over there.
Well, we'll see this shot by Pete Weber, and just a beautiful, beautiful first shot of a match from way inside to way outside. Look at that shot. Look, you can see his eyes are opening up as wide as they can be. He knows it's a good shot. Okay, it's the first frame. It's all right. You know,
well, immediately falls.
And a big differential between his high of 300 and a low of 148 as he's down by 11 pins.
Back in the 1-3. Of course, he was in the 1-3 in the first frame. It didn't do him any good, but a strike.
We see Pete Weber. He looks like he's throwing the ball slower. He wants to throw it real slow, give it a chance to hook back solid in the pocket.
It's been doing that for him all week, too. Himmler for a double. Himmler, like he's been doing all afternoon.
Somewhere along the line, Brian Himmler is going to understand that he's bowling for a title match. But as you can see, look at his average is over 200 now, Mike.
Well, we talked about that, Marshall, that he wanted to get it up there. He's gotten it up there. So, and he's on the plus side of the ledger now. He's 3-2 in match play. He wants to keep it on the plus side. Weber wants to even him up.
Weber wants to get that 22nd title. Still very early in our championship match.
Will it hit it? No. Boy, like last week, Marshall came back in front of the 10-pin.
That's the power. That's the new power strikes. We've got strong balls. We've got guys who go from coast to coast with hook. It produces a lot of pin action, a lot of balls, pins going flying from left to right.
Everything's happening on the PBA Tour, including their own website.
That's right. And if you have any questions for this champion or any questions about the PBA's website is www.pba.org. No,
I'm being facetious.
Delete the last 3 dots. Just one. That's
down 20. Really needs to get back in this match right now.
Yeah, and he made a good shot. Left the 7-10 on lane 16. He's going back in that lane. Wants to cut this deficit down to 10. Gotta hurry.
Oh, the 2-4-8. Boy, he thought it would get there, and it did not.
And that ball looked, as we see his wife, Tracy Weber, who is a little bit nervous right now early in this match. I'm sure, that he threw that ball faster. The speed control is very critical when you're throwing the ball with that much hook. As you can see, it get real wide. It wasn't slow enough, but he's lucky. That could have easily been the 2-4-8 and the 10-pin.
At the 2-4-8, tough spare. He's hooking it at it. He's got it, no trouble, but he's not happy with just the spare.
And Pete Weber is one of the greatest spare shooters on our tour, whether he's throwing the ball hard and straight or hooking it. He's still got to think that if he can just get a few strikes going and put some pressure on Brian Himmler, that maybe there'll be a chink in his armor.
Back on the left flame, fourth frame. Back in the pocket, but leaves the soft 10. Suddenly, in a one-game match, the breaks are just not going his way.
Well, the only thing that's happened good for Pete Weber right now is that he didn't split on lane 16 in the third frame. Once again, hard and straight. No problem.
That's the 10-pin. Brian Himmler, fourth frame, leading by 21 pins.
Wants to keep a lot of pressure on Pete Weber.
Well, he does it. No other award brings together the sporting world to honor the best performances and memorable moments in sports like the ESPYs. Tune in this Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, when comedian Jeff Foxworthy hosts, live from Radio City Music Hall in New York City. Boy, he can really take a commanding lead with one more right here.
Could take it to 31 pins. That ball he threw real hard. What an unusual pin action. He threw that ball hard, but he pulled it. His timing wasn't good on that particular shot.
But he tripped
got
the
away with
four
it.
and left the 3-pin.
Yeah, well, that shows you just how much these balls can hook. We'll take a look at this pin action. This ball's coming in sideways, goes past the 3-pin, and trips out the 4-7. You know, Pete Thomas, the proprietor here, tripped a few 4-pins in his day. Hard and straight at the 3, no problem.
But no strike, so Weber has a little life, but, you know, the game's almost halfway over, and he hasn't put together any momentum yet at all.
No, he needs to get a couple of strikes, both to get 10 pins closer and to get some momentum. You see, it's his 75th career television appearance. He's got a good record. Many more wins than losses. But it's been since '93 since he's won.
I asked him, it's been so long since you won, will this be the sweetest or just number 22?
Well, if I win today, it's going to be probably one of the sweetest victories because it's been such a long time since I won. But, you know, if it just so happens I don't, oh well.
I didn't like that ending.
I don't like that negative ending either. I really don't.
Almost like he's resigned.
Well, yeah, it's the you don't want to even bring that up at all. He'd like to bring up a strike on the left lane, and he's not going to do it, and it very well may be an oh well.
3-6-7-10. He was confident, he was ready, but now if he doesn't make this split, he is almost out of this match.
Well, he'll be down by well over 30 pins. He is a very, very good spare shooter, extraordinarily accurate.
He's got it. Maybe that'll pump him up.
Well, I hope it does. I really hope it does. As we see Pete Weber, who I said he's a great spare shooter, and I say that because I watched them both for so many years, just absolute perfection on the split.
His reaction, look at those eyes.
Yeah, he wanted that.
Himmler, right lane. Says, ooh, baby, what got that 10?
Yeah, great pin action for Brian Himmler.
So it stays at 21 pins, 4 frames to go. Right now, boy, it's him.